Can you feel it in the air? That sudden shift of mood? It's the perfect time to shed the winter blues and experience the revitalizing qualities of driving a Lincoln. It starts with the Lincoln Spring Sales Event. So step outside and visit your local Lincoln retailer or Lincoln.com for some seriously mood-enhancing offers on current and past Lincoln models. Your transformation awaits. Learn more at Lincoln.com.
Welcome to the Dulce Candy Podcast. I am Dulce Candy, a certified health coach, meditation and yoga teacher, content creator, and war veteran. This is a sacred space for Latinas and all women ready to heal, grow, and reconnect with their true essence. Here, we slow down, breathe deeply, and have real, honest conversations about life, spirituality, wellness, healing, and the beautiful, messy moments in between. Through guided meditations, heartfelt chats with inspiring mujeres, we'll nurture the mind, body, and soul. So grab your cafecito or cacao, open your corazón, and let's dive in. Welcome back, my beautiful community. Season number three, and I'm just so happy to be back and just connecting with you guys. I'm looking out my window right now. It's a beautiful afternoon. It's 4:30. It's hot as heck here in Texas, and I'm enjoying the little change of scenery. And I'm drinking a hot tea, believe it or not, even though I'm sweating so much. But every single morning when I go out on a walk, I see all these beautiful dandelions everywhere. And the energy of dandelion is just calling me so much. And I've also been just wanting to connect more with the earth, have a deeper relationship with the earth and the land that I currently reside in. So my walks in nature are just so magical and truly they just connect me back to earth. It's so needed. Interestingly enough, Texas looks like Costa Rica jungle. I'm not even gonna lie. It looks like Costa Rica. I know when you think of Texas, you think maybe desert or just a lot of brown. And yes, but there's some parts, especially if you're by the water, right? By the coasts, it looks like a jungle and it sounds like a jungle. It reminds me of Costa Rica. It sounds just like it. So I love it because in winter, everything is literally dead, or it looks dead. But everything is brown and gray, and right now is just green and lush, and you hear all these insects and birds just singing and making noise, and it's so beautiful, and just, I don't know, I just feel like I needed this grounding in my life. So dandelion, we will talk a little bit more about dandelion after this, at the end of today's conversation, because I want to share little tips of things that are just really transforming my life. And I want to dive into the medicine of the dandelion. And that's what I'm drinking today because I really wanted to embody it. Today's episode is all about the power of small daily rituals. And of course, this is part 2 to our first episode, which was how to navigate transitions and changes and crossroads and, when you have different routes that you want to take. So this is another episode that is really going to support episode 1 in a way that it's going to ground us and it's going to give us hopefully tangible things that we can take and actually implement into our daily life. So we're talking about small daily rituals, those little things that we do every day that shape our energy, our mindset, and our overall well-being. I've been listening to a lot of Dr. Joe Dispenza on Spotify, Becoming Supernatural, and I'm in chapter 3. And it's just such a great book because we get to consciously choose the reality that we want to experience. And when I was doing his work and his extensive program that he offers online for about $300, and when I was doing that, I was able to launch a retreat business and go to Costa Rica. Now we're going to Bali this July. And so anyways, listening to that book and being in a new space is really helping me shape the reality that I want to experience, regardless of how it actually looks right now. and being very selective also with the energy that I consume in the morning. One thing that I watch a lot of, and I will not after today, is anything to do with crime shows, like real life crime stories. It's just noise. You know what I mean? We're listening to noise, or we're using our energy to listen to things that maybe are not so productive or inspiring or uplifting to our spirit and our mind. And there's only so much energy and brainwave that we have to actually create our reality. And so I've been becoming a lot more disciplined with what I consume. And not just food, but media. So anyways, these little rituals that we do on a daily basis, they bring us back to ourselves, and they really help us cultivate more presence, and they create stability, especially during a moment of transition or a really big change. So whether you already have a few rituals in place or you're just looking to start, this episode is for you. So let's dive in. I want to start by talking about why small daily rituals are so powerful, both from a scientific and spiritual perspective, because yes, there is actual science behind these little habits that make such a big difference. The science perspective is when we repeat small actions daily, we begin to create neural pathways in our brain that reinforces those behaviors. This is what I learned from Dr. Joe Dispenza. This is called neuroplasticity. It's our brain's ability to rewire itself. And over time, these small habits become second nature, influencing our mindset, our emotions, and even our physical health. Studies show that routines, they lower stress, improve focus, and even boost longevity. Now, from a spiritual perspective, rituals, they act as a sacred pause, mindfulness, right? Meditation. They bring us into the present moment, helping us align with our highest selves. And in many cultures, rituals have been used for centuries to mark transitions in life, set intentions, and connect with something greater than ourselves. Even something as simple as lighting a candle can be a moment of mindfulness, reminding us to slow down and just be more intentional with our life. Now, I want to share my own experience with rituals, especially during my recent transition in moving to Texas. When I first moved here, I think I had about almost 2 months of no rituals. I was waking up, my kids were not in school because we had no idea what we were doing here, guys. So my life was all over the place. And this was before we decided to put our kids back in school. And I was actually going to do homeschooling, but that homeschool life, I tried it, ladies, and it's just not for me. I give props to those moms who do homeschooling because I love to work and disconnect. Even though it sounds really fun, oh my gosh, it is a lot of work. So let me tell you, moving to a whole new state, away from what's familiar, felt like something really unsettling. Everything is new, the environment, the energy, the people. I felt a little all over the place, and maybe a little is not the right thing to say because I felt like everything was all over the place. But one thing that has always helped me stay grounded was ritualizing my mornings. I mean, I am a huge fan of rituals and routines. I live for that. So I made it a priority to start each day with a morning walk. I said the simplest thing aside from my faith. So I was doing the Bible app for my connection with the Lord, and then I integrated morning walks. Simple little thing. I started off with 4,000 steps or something like that. And then today I did 13,000 steps, which is it's a lot. I think it's 4 miles or something like that. So now it's becoming a lot simpler, and I'm in this journey of walking every day for a whole month now. My significant other, my hubby, started joining me, and I've been wanting him to get on this health kick with me. And until I said, hey, let's go on a walk, join me on my walk. Because before it used to be just my thing. I would just, always listen to something. Right now, I don't listen to anything except once in a while I'll listen to my audiobooks. But sometimes I don't even do that. I just kind of talk to my husband, and I also love to listen to all the the critters and the birds and all of that of nature. Started with that. And then, like I said, once you do something over and over and over again, people say 21 days to form a habit, it becomes second nature. You wake up and you're like, this walk, it's not whether I want to do it or not. It's just what I do. When I first started working out, I remember feeling the same way. Once it became a habit deeply ingrained in me, I went like 4 years every single day. I kid you not, 6 days at the most, sometimes 7 actually, but almost every single week for 4 years, working out every morning, weight training, doing something. So at first it was just about getting, the fresh air, starting to find a little routine. But over time, it became something so much deeper. That daily walk really helped me not only get comfortable with my new surroundings, but also made me feel more at home in my own body. It gave me a sense of stability when everything else felt uncertain. And if you are moving to a new state, I've been getting so many messages from women telling me that they're moving from California to Texas. One of the first things that I would say is that definitely find what feels like home for you. And to me, it was finding a beautiful place to walk, because that's one of the things that I really miss about my neighborhood. I even had a dream that I went to LA and I went to my neighborhood just to walk. Like, I think I would do that actually. If I go back to LA, I would go to my neighborhood to just walk around. And then I would be really sad because I don't live there anymore. But anyways, I had to find a place that I could come to every day that was just absolutely stunning and gorgeous. And this park that I go to is not just like your little park in the city. Like, this is a park in the middle of nowhere. It looks like a national park. So you really are out in the wild, which makes it even better. But there's still a lot of people that enjoy that park. It's so huge. There's a golf course. There's the Guadalupe River running across it. So you have the river. I mean, it is stunning, guys. So yes, definitely find a place that makes it feel like home. And now when I look back at this chapter of my life, once we leave here, I'm going to look back and really I'm going to miss this park, guys, just like I miss the park by my other house. I used to do a lot of cacao ceremonies by myself, or cacao rituals, and a lot of journaling when I was going through a big spiritual awakening back in 2020. And that became like my place, and I just fell in love with that park. So places in this planet have such a big significance for me because they hold memories. Just walking alone is such a powerful practice. It clears the mind, it connects you with nature, and it gives you a daily dose of vitamin D. And honestly, that's just such an underrated form of self-care. Go on a walk. Even my mom and dad tell me there's nothing a walk cannot solve. Go on a walk. Despéjate la mente, or something like that. So that's why I believe that rituals are so important, especially when you're going through a big change in life. Okay, so now let's get practical, because I don't just want to inspire you. I want to give you real actionable things that you can start doing today. So here are a few simple but powerful rituals that you can incorporate into your life. So one of the first things that, you can do is a 5-minute morning ritual. So before checking your phone, you can just take 5 minutes to drink some water, to stretch, breathe, be present with your breath and express gratitude. Just silently sit there. You can even try adding aromatherapy. When you smell the same smell over and over, it really, especially when you're going to meditate, or if you're going to do a morning ritual where you're going to be expressing gratitude, having like a familiar scent puts your mind in a meditative state like that, like at a snap of a finger, because it's already telling your brain, oh, this is the scent associated with meditation. Let me get into my meditative state. It's not going to put you into a state of no thinking, right? It's not going to empty your mind, but it's going to help tremendously. A daily walk or movement. I've been talking so much about walking. I hope my girls listening to this and the guys listening to this, I hope you guys get inspired and go out and move your body. Another thing that you can do is a little café con intención, as I like to call it, coffee with intention. Drink your coffee in the morning or tea mindfully, setting an intention for the day. I love to get my little cafecito in the morning. That's actually part of my ritual. I get my coffee, I go outside in my backyard, I sit in this chair, and I just sip on my coffee and I enjoy it. And I just, that's usually when I'm talking to the Lord, and I'm just like, thank you, God, for all of the blessings, and just going through everything that I want to tell the Lord about in my morning. And that's when I'm drinking my coffee. So my first cup of coffee definitely has to be very, very ritualistic. Another little ritual you can do is just kind of have a spiritual connection that feels authentic to you. You can light a candle, say a short prayer, or if you love, little oracle cards, you can connect with your inner guidance by pulling an inspirational card that speaks to you, and kind of reflecting on the message is always really nice as well. But just kind of having that moment to do something for yourself and not feel guilty for slowing down and going straight to a to-do list or tackling everything else that you got to do. The key here is to start small. You don't need to overhaul your whole entire life. You just want to pick one or two that resonate, and just kind of build from there and adjust as you go. Speaking of rituals and self-discovery, if you're ready to take your spiritual journey to the next level, I want to personally invite you to join me for my up-and-coming retreat in Bali this July. Yep, this summer we're going to have the best time of our lives. This retreat is designed to help you reconnect with yourself through daily meditation, sound healing, women's circles, sacred rituals like water purification ceremonies. It's going to be a deeply transformative experience. We're going to meet so many incredible women. I'm so happy you guys are booking, and I would love to share this journey with you. Now, I will be announcing we do have a very special guest joining us. Yeah, I'm just not going to say it yet, but we do have a very special guest who will be my co-host, and I am so excited because I love her, and I know you guys love her too. So spots are limited, and if you feel called to join us, please make sure you visit the link for all the details down below, and I can't wait to see you there. All right, and now it's time for a sweet soul moment. This is a new segment that I am introducing to share a little tip, a little ritual or insight to just kind of, nourish your mind, body, and soul. And I will be sharing a sweet soul moment at the end of every episode. And today, I want to talk to you about dandelion tea. So dandelions are a powerful herbal medicine, rich in antioxidants and amazing for your liver health, digestion, and even glowing skin. Okay, so I am drinking this every other day. Now, you can forage for fresh dandelions. Just make sure they're in a clean area and they're not sprayed with pesticides. Or you can buy the organic dandelion tea, which is a whole bag that I actually got from Amazon. And it's just a beautiful cleansing ritual to add to your day, just kind of slowing down, emptying the water, steeping the tea bag or the flowers, and making yourself a really nice cup of dandelion tea. Now, I've also been kind of like just trying to connect with Mother Nature more and the plants, because I do believe that the earth is sentient. And so there's a special way that we can actually communicate with flowers and plants and weeds. And how can we, if you feel called towards a specific flower or a specific bird or something is just kind of showing up and popping up in your consciousness and you're seeing it a lot, maybe look into the medicine that animal provides or the flower that the medicine provides. And I love a wild flower like the dandelion. They bloom wherever they are. They push through the cracks in the pavement, thriving in unexpected places. And they remind us to be just like that, resilient, to trust in the timing of our own growth, and to release what no longer serves us, just like the little seeds that float in the wind. Very gently, there's this gracefulness to the little leaves just kind of floating away. So that's the energy that I feel with a wildflower like the dandelion, right? Full of medicine. I mean, it is incredibly powerful, guys. It's great for your teeth. Like I said, your liver health, digestion, blood pressure regulation, strengthens your immune system, controls your blood sugar. It has vitamin A, vitamin K, iron, minerals. You know, if you've been getting sick often, maybe you need to add more minerals. Try drinking the dandelion tea. And it can help with the skin by promoting more collagen production. And it's also anti-inflammatory. It is just such an incredible plant. And it's a shame that people look at it like weed. So hopefully I invite you to go out into your backyard and before you cut it, give some gratitude to the plant and harvest some yourself. All right, chicas, just remember that the power of small rituals is not about perfection. It's about just creating more sacredness, a sacred space in your life, whether it's the walk, the cup of coffee, or simply just taking a few moments to breathe. These small moments can make all the difference in your day. Just realign your energy. So I hope you found these tips helpful and that you're feeling inspired to create your own rituals that support you, especially during times of transition or uncertainty. And as always, I would love to hear about your rituals, so feel free to share them with me on social media or in the comments. Thank you for joining me today on the Dulce Candy Podcast. Until next time, remember to stay grounded, stay connected, and have a blessed and beautiful day. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Dulce Candy Podcast. If you enjoyed our conversation, please take a moment to rate and review the show on your favorite podcast platform. It truly helps us reach more listeners like you. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Connect with me on social media for behind-the-scenes content and updates. Until next time, stay inspired and have a blessed and beautiful day.